groovy.
Yoo-hoo! And thanks for tuning in to another cult movie review. This week we're taking a step back from the horror genre, and we're broadening our perspectives to take a look at The Beguiled, a rather discreet psychological thriller set during the American Civil War, and based on the 1966 novel by Thomas P. Cullinan entitled The Painted Devil. Not only is this a pretty good movie, it also has one of the best and most influential actors ever in the existence of filmmaking, Clint Eastwood.
See, my mule don't like people laughing. It's the crazy idea you're laughing at him.
After striking it big time making spaghetti westerns, Eastwood took another win, in my opinion, with The Beguiled, which was released only 7 months before the classic Dirty Harry, a movie which gets a lot more praise. And yet, I would actually be tempted to say The Beguiled is just as good as Dirty Harry, if not even better in some ways. In fact, both films have the same director behind the camera, Don Siegel. But before we get going, please like this video, subscribe, and request a cult movie in the comments below. And please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is in the description down below.
Well, do you, punk?
Taking place in the middle of the Civil War, a young girl brings back a wounded Yankee soldier to her school, played by Clint Eastwood. While the women are very reluctant to bring him in at first, they are soon conflicted between their allegiance to the South and letting a man die a slow, painful death. The different women and girls get to know the soldier, and it seems like he may be somewhat of a womanizer. As relationships and betrayals start to surface, the soldier's presence starts to become trouble. The women start turning on each other and eventually on Eastwood. First things first, the movie is just beautiful to look at. They did a very good job on the cinematography. I'm a real sucker for films which take place in the Deep South because there's something about that Southern Gothic aesthetic which really pleases me. Maybe it's the gentle breeze blowing through the weeping willows. There's an authentic period piece feel. I like the look of the costumes, whether it's for the soldiers or the ladies. The Beguiled is also blessed with a great cast. The acting is terrific. It goes without saying, but Eastwood gives a powerhouse of a performance in this movie.
This is all very, very touching.
It's one of his best roles, I would say. Like in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies, he tends to portray characters who can be ambiguous when it comes to their moral scale. They're neither all good nor all bad, but contain a certain part of light and darkness inside of them, just like every one of us, after all. It's very interesting how he could go from a gentle womanizer to a bitter, grizzled, and aggressive man. I was also struck by the solid act by Elizabeth Hartman, an actress who would sadly meet a grisly demise. Her character starts to develop a love interest for the fallen soldier, and let us not forget Geraldine Page as the head of the school, who's hiding some very suspicious secrets behind that prim and proper persona she puts on. Indeed, The Beguile is really about perceptions and illusions, at least that's how I view it. You see these sweet and innocent ladies from the outside, but you would never guess that inside their desires and their backstories, they may very well be harboring something quite darker and twisted. They aren't the people you think they are. I read this one review which stated this was a soap opera set during the Civil War, but it couldn't be more wrong. This flick is surprisingly thrilling. I can't really figure out why this is not more of a famous movie. It wasn't super great at the box office either. I'm wondering if it's the amount of sexual references, which were too much for back then, which is understandable. But honestly, I'm quite happy to have seen this thrilling and dramatic piece of Southern Gothic good time. It's got a unique story, interesting characters portrayed by good actors, and it left a mark on me. There was a second adaptation of the book, which came out in 2017, directed by Sofia Coppola, the director of Francis Ford Coppola, but it's not supposed to be nearly as good as this one. So my advice is, go watch this Clint Eastwood cult classic before you watch the 2017 version. You will not be disappointed.